Welcome to the channel, everyone. I'm Skratch. Hope you guys are having an amazing day. I am currently on the test server, guys, and we are finally going to have a look at the Calamitus buff. We're gonna see if he can actually put in some serious numbers. To be honest, they've done pretty much everything that I would have done with the champion to basically rebalance him. So I'm pretty excited about it. They decreased the cooldowns, they made him ignore more defense, they increased some of the multipliers on some of the skills, they changed some of the passives. So overall, I think he can be an absolute freaking monster for the Hydra, for the Chimera. Now, for the Chimera, you kind of like need that six-star crushing rand, more or less, but we might be able to make it work just with the cat's gaze. Probably you guys already know what changed with the champion, right? So you only need to build him with 80% crit rate now, which is amazing because it will enable you to get more attack, more crit damage, more accuracy if needed, to be honest. He does ignore more defense with some of his skills. The passive will heal, will give him a shield and an increased attack at the beginning of a turn. So that's amazing because he's always going to have the increased attack. And the second form, once again, it will ignore more defense, shorter cooldowns. So we are in for a treat with this one. I think he got a very good treatment. Now it's time to basically see what he can actually do. As I mentioned, I only have a 5-star blessing on the champion because I'm on the test server. I was already able to basically book all of his skills, so we don't have to worry about that part. I don't have a relic on him at the moment. We're going to test him in the Hydra clan boss first. Then when we are going to go in the Chimera, we're going to put a relic. So I have him built on a Zeal and a Merciless set. A 6-piece Merciless. I have a pinpoint banner just to gain that extra accuracy. These are the total stats. Pretty good stats. More crit damage would be good, but I only have a 5-star. Actually, no, I have a 6-star amulet on him. 43k HP, 8.1k attack, 239 speed, 84 crit rate, so we have a bit of an extra crit rate there. You only need 80%, 335 crit damage, 360 accuracy. Now keep in mind, we will require the accuracy to make sure he can land all of the debuffs, right? Which is actually really important. Then, moving on to the second form, nothing changes because he's still an attack-based champion, basically. In terms of masteries, we have offense and support. Master Hexer, we have Helm Smasher as tier 6, and we should be able to see him doing some pretty serious damage, to be honest with you guys. Nature's Wrath as a blessing because he's only a 5-star. So first I want to see, kind of like as an idea, what sort of numbers he is kicking in with what we have equipped on him, right? So if we're gonna bring him in the Calamitus, where are you hiding? Right there. So he does have an attack aura for all battles, 35%, which is really good, but we're not going to use that. Just to kind of like reflect his true potential without the aura. So we have defense down and weaken. Now this attack will ignore 20% of the target's defense now, will always crit, and is an AoE nuke. Let's see. Yeah, baby. Yes, I am definitely feeling that. One shot pretty much almost every single one of them on stage 10 hard mode. Now, if you guys remember, when we brought in Eilil to the exact same place with very similar stats, but he had Savage, not Merciless, he didn't do that much. Definitely not close to it. But this is very good AoE damage. So that 20% ignore defense is actually really impactful. Let's move on to the A1. You see how he self-buffs a shield and increased attack, which is nice. So A1, 104, we gain the extra turn if you kill an enemy. So we can basically just go like this. Extra turn. And he's always going to keep the increased attack on, which is massive. This could potentially even be good for Arena. But the thing is, for Arena, you kind of like need to basically drop the stone skin from them. So if we're going to go in with the A2, the first hit. So there's one thing that I would have changed that they haven't. I would have put the first hit to place defense down, the second weaken, the third decrease speed, the fourth block buffs, or decrease speed block buffs in a different order, doesn't matter. As long as it starts with the first hit with defense down. That will just basically overall boost his damage more. So that's something that I've basically mentioned that they should do before, but that's something that they haven't changed actually. So let's go versus Venus. 32, 39, 105, 148. So the damage is going up quite a bit. And of course, you are going to ignore more defense like that. Now, if we are going to go in and basically use the A3 again, I love that he always has increased attack no matter what. That's going to be massive on its own. Bang! 315, 314. You get unkillable on, which is really, really nice as well. Now, for Arena, he does have weaknesses, and that's the affinity, the main thing that kind of sucks. 107, 159, bang. Move on to the next one. So overall, pretty solid damage from the Calamitus, guys, to be honest with you guys. Definitely not bad whatsoever. He can smack pretty hard now, and that's only with the first form. The second, we're going to try it in Hydra. It was just kind of like to basically get a bit of an idea of what we could potentially expect from it. Now, I do want to do one fight in Arena only, just to kind of like see how hard he can actually hit in here. The thing is, we need somebody else to remove buffs. He's just not really bringing that much to the table for Arena, in my opinion. So instead of this, we're going to bring in... So let's bring in Yumeko, and we're going to bring him the Calamitus. I always write his name with K for whatever reason. So Calamitus, and I need Necro to protect him because I don't have Stone Skin. So let's give it a go. Okay, lots of Stone Skin. That's why I need to lock them, basically. So they're locked. Let's do an ally attack. Down. And he just got his turn now, right? So here we can just go with the A2. Or I can attempt to go with the A1 and see if I can kill Pythian and gain an extra turn. Yes. The problem is right now I'm not going to basically remove any buffs with this form. Now, I can't remember if the second form removes buffs. I don't think it does, though. Right? So, attacks all enemies, has a chance to inflict a critical hit, places a defense down and weaken, and removes all debuffs. Okay, that's what I got mixed up. He doesn't remove buffs. Okay, so let's just go with this. We dealt pretty good damage versus Stone Skin, to be honest. Okay, you do that. You do that. Let's put a hex. Let's do that. And let's drop in this nuke. So with this passive, he's not going to gain basically increased attack on the second form, only on the first one. I was gonna say I haven't even seen the damage. You could potentially run him in Arena, but I don't think he's going to be a top dog for Arena. But his damage is good now. So that's the main thing that I was kind of like trying to point out. Now, if we're going to head into Hydra Clan Boss, we're going to go straight to Nightmare. And let's see. Do I have gear on most of the champions? I think I can run this team right here. So I'm going to drop him out, and we're going to bring in the Calamitus. And actually, he has a better speed, a better attack aura than Thor. Thor is crazy, by the way. So it should give us an idea of, hey, which one of you guys is a bit nastier, you know? So these are the stats. They have gear. He has gear. Thor has gear, but he's missing something. So I'm quickly gonna check what, just to make sure we get an idea. So Thor, where are you hiding? Okay, you're missing a shield. Probably is on Calamitus, actually. So Merciless, that's what we're looking for. How much we need? Okay, that's perfect. Okay. So we have plenty of accuracy with the Great Hall. We have good speed, very similar. In terms of attack and crit damage, more or less similar with Calamitus. I feel like he has slightly less crit damage, but he buffs with increased crit damage. So we're going to be pretty much in the same boat with the team. So let's go in with this one. Very, very curious. Very, very curious to see what we are gonna do with them. They're both buffing, which is nice. Okay. Of course, affinities for both of the champions can be annoying, right? There isn't much you can do about that. Let's provoke. Put block buffs. And the Calamitus. Should we go in with the nuke? Let's go in with the nuke. Let's go in with the nuke. 330 plus K per head. And that is on non-decapitated heads. Now let's go in with the big nuke from Thor. Even though this is not his special skill, this will buff him with increase. Actually, we have increased crit damage anyway. Let's go in with this one. So let's target... Who should we target? The force one first. Yeah, around double. Around double, and it goes almost all the way to triple because of the way his AoE works on Thor, right? So Thor wins on the AoE without any questions asked whatsoever. At least on this form. Probably on the other one as well. But still, is not bad damage anyway. So he's going to be able to self-buff again, which I really, really like, to be honest. Even though he doesn't need to, because we have Lazarius in here. So, Thor with the other AoE, let's see. You see? So, Thor has the passive, which brings in the extra hit. But if it wouldn't be for that, the second AoE on Thor, the A3, is doing less damage than Calamitus' skill, for example, right? Which is okay, not bad. Now, let's try to land some debuffs. 288, 5, 6, 7. Damn, so we are bringing well over 2 million damage with the A2, and that was without even having debuffs on the head, right? Which is pretty cool. So we need to take that head down. We're gonna save that defense down and weaken. Thor, come on, kill it. Take no prisoners. Take no prisoners. Yeah, we can use an ally attacks to kill that one too. So the Hex is only really coming in play on the second form, right? But we're gonna get to that form as well. 261 with the A1. Of course, it doesn't count as a kill, so we're not gonna gain that extra turn. Let's boost the Thermiter. Venus, defense down, weaken. Beautiful. I'm scared to go with Thor's AoE now because he's gonna rack all of the heads. So I want to wait for Calamitus. I'm just gonna kill this instead. Because I want to see the Calamitus damage, right? Come on! What are you waiting for? Calamitus? There we go. So we have the AoE on the first form on decapitated heads with defense down and weaken. 2.4, 2.3 million. That's actually pretty good. So the damage is definitely not bad. Keep in mind, we do not have a relic equipped on him at the moment. So that makes a difference. No relic equipped on him. I could give him the Ironet or whatever it's called, the one that works in a similar way with the blessing, you know. So that could potentially bring in quite a bit of extra damage. The Coronet Iret or something like that is called, right? Now, if we're gonna do this, let's see. 3.5 million. That was the highest hit. So yeah, Thor wins with the A2. No questions asked. But that's not necessarily a bad thing, to be honest. So let's go versus the Head of Mischief. 1, 2, 3, 4. Bang. Lots of debuffs too, which is really, really helpful. Should we do this? Yes. And we're going to try to Metamorph in a second. One thing that I forgot, I don't actually have a Veil on any of my champions in this team. I forgot about it. So if we Metamorph, right now we can land defense down and Hex. So this will bring defense down and Hex. We'll ignore Life Barrier, Poison Cloud, and Ally Protection. So the life Barrier is the shield that this Head of Decay puts when he cleanses, right? Yeah, because this is the Serpent buff. So it doesn't ignore that one. Don't get it mixed up. That's why I'm kind of like explaining it. So let's get rid of that fear. I wasn't supposed to kill the head, but I kind of like woke up a bit too late. Oh, we had no provoke in there. I just realized that. So this one will basically deal more damage the more debuffs we have on the target. And if they have hacks, we're going to ignore more defense. So I'm going to save this to make sure we're going to take all of the Hydra heads down, or as many as possible. And then we're going to be able to basically kind of like get an idea if that skill deals a lot of damage or it doesn't. We got to take down the head of Torment, so we get rid of that through fear because it can be pretty annoying. On this team, I don't really care about it because I'm usually running it on hard at the moment. So whatever happens. So we're going to ignore this life barrier. This is the life barrier that the Head of Decay just placed on the Head of Torment. 400k with the A1 without defense down and weaken. That is actually pretty good damage. That is pretty good damage, actually. So let's proc fear, of course. Let's proc fear. That was exactly what I was going to say, by the way. Again, I'm supposed to bring in a Fural in here and no Reviver, but it's fine. So, we can land the debuffs again. So, we're ignoring this life barrier. We should be dealing damage versus the head here. You see? Bang, the life barrier is there. We dealt pretty good damage. We put hacks, we put defense down. And now it's time to basically land a lot of debuffs on them and rack them all. Rack them all. The Calamitus. Okay, come on. Let's do this AoE. Let's see. Okay, fear procced. God damn it. We gotta take the head down, man. What is happening here? Literally fear procs on every single turn. Just get the heck out of my way. You filthy degenerate head. Disgusting. Absolutely disgusting. So, we can finally start cracking on once again. Let's try to take this one down as well. 258k, but now they had, of course, the ally protection. So that had ally protection from the Head of Suffering. Let's buff again. Strip that off. And let's do Thor's skill right here. Okay. Again, cleansing. Damn. Okay, they ate my Calamitus. We're gonna have to free him now. That's not a problem. Not a problem whatsoever. 7 minutes in. Let's go. We want to see some of the big hits, man. Some of the big hits. It's a bit hard to kill all of the heads right now at the same time. Or to try and kill as many of them at the same time, to be honest. Let's get increased speed. Let's put block buffs on the Head of Mischief. And we have this skill again. Let's go. Okay, we took one down. Beautiful. And let's do an ally attack versus the Head of Suffering. No increased attack on Calamitus, unfortunately. Let's land defense down and weaken. So let's do this again. We put hacks. So we have basically 5 debuffs because the decapitation counts as a debuff too. Okay. Let's buff. I want to see the damage from that AoE, even though we have the Head of Suffering in here. Should still give us an idea. More debuffs, HP burn, perfect. So let's see the AoE numbers on this decapitated head with this skill now. 3.4 million. 3.4. That's actually really, really good. It's the same like Thor's crazy... the crazy skill from Thor, right? Like his A2. So pretty good damage. You can definitely notice a massive change on Calamitus. And I think it's a good change, to be honest. I'm actually happy with the changes on him. 900k, 1 million with the A1. That was really good. Let's try to actually hit the decapitated head with the A1. So let's get that increased speed. I kind of need to have the increased attack, so hopefully Lazarius will cut in to give me the increased attack. Beautiful. I'm not going to do an ally attack because I don't want to rack that head. Just an A1 there. Okay. No! Ah, god damn it, Thor. Why did you have to proc the freaking passive right now, dude? This is magic affinity. That doesn't even work right. So we're going to have to find a different affinity now to do our thingies. Okay. Damn it. Thor messing us up with a passive here, guys. I was not expecting it. But hey, it happened. So, an ally attack versus this. Okay, Calamitus proc Fear. We gotta take that head down once again, and then we're gonna be able to do it. 1 million on non-decapitated heads with the A2 skill, and we did not even have that many debuffs. So that's really, really good. Really, really good. The damage went up quite a lot on Calamitus now, guys. If you guys remember the video that I've made ages ago, when I've tested him for the first time, his damage was not that great, was not completely rubbish, but was far from being great. Well, now he's actually at a part where he's great, to be honest with you. Okay, we have that toxic cloud in there. Thankfully, we can cleanse. I have the increased attack on him too. I have 1, 2, 3 debuffs. Let's see if we can land a 4th. Maybe even a 5th at some point. Venus. Thor, you better not be proccing your passive. That's all I'm saying. Don't do it. Okay. We good? Right, so we've seen the A2. I want to see the A1 now. So let's see the A1. 1.9 million with the A1. Really, really good. And we the debuffs actually don't matter for the A1. Sorry, that was for the A2. But really, really good damage. Really, really good damage with that A1 in there. So the more debuffs, the better for the AoE. I'm going to go again with the AoE. Okay, of course you proc your passive. Of course you proc your passive. So let's land more debuffs. Some poisons. Yeah, give me some poisons. I'll take them. I'll take them. No ally attack just yet. So we're going to use the AoE once again. The A2 from Calamitus. Let's see. 3.9. Almost 4 million damage. Really, really good, guys. I'm not sure about you, but I really think that Calamitus is an absolute freaking monster now. With the changes, really good for the Hydra. And as you guys can probably notice, I haven't really used Thor's AoE's attacks in the last bit right here. 42 million from Calamitus, and we have 28 from Thor. I do think that in the longer run, Calamitus will outdamage Thor with no questions asked, to be honest. And that's mainly because he brings so many things to the table. His own increased attack as well. And the second form really hits harder than Thor's skills, to be honest. Especially the A2 skill. It goes pretty damn crazy. Now, it does depend, of course, how often you're going to get Thor's passive to proc in at the right moment and all that stuff. But I do think that Calamitus is a top damage dealer for the Hydra clan boss now. My main thing is Chimera. How are we going to deal with him in the Chimera? So right here, I'm going to take him out and I'm going to bring him in. And what I'm quickly going to do is I'm going to make sure that I have gear on everybody, but I will bring in a relic. I have no 6-star crushing grant. Wait a second. Oh, I'm on the test server. I was going to say, like, why the heck do I have these relics? What are my event relics? What are my event relics? What the heck? Am I blind? What is the cat's gaze? Am I blind? And I've put equipped as well, right? What the heck? Why do I have so many of this one? This should be my relics. And I have no cat's gaze. Man, that really sucks. I can't really try him now properly in the Chimera. I'm gonna have to give him something else. Okay. I don't have 6-star crushing grant, so this will probably let us down a little bit. But that's fine. We're gonna bring the Erratic Coronet. We are going to use the gemstones that I have on my account. I don't think I have any of the funky ones. I have no mythical, but I do have this one. So that's an option. The damage per 100 of their total accuracy. So the damage can be boosted by 3%. 3% of the target's defense. Okay, so I'm going to put that one in. I don't really have much better options. And circular gemstones. No. The weather ignores 5% of the target's resistance. No. So I don't really have any good gemstones. Yeah, I'm gonna give him this, whatever. That's fine. Unfortunately, the cat's gaze is not available for me on my test server. I really have no idea why, but that's fine. We're gonna go in as it is. I'm gonna check the gear to make sure everybody has it, and by the looks of it, they all do. So that's fine. Let's see what sort of hits we're gonna get from him. So we're quickly gonna stack everything, and I'm curious to see what numbers we are going to get from the champion. Now, considering that I don't have 6-star Crushing Rand, I'm not able to ignore any of the defense and all that good stuff, but it is what it is. It is what it is. So, increase attack. He's bringing in the shield, and I'm going to go in with this skill right here. 9500, 1600, 5400, 36. So, around 500k damage, more or less, right? Damn, with a 6-star Crushing Rand, he's gonna smash it. Or even with a cat's gaze, which we don't have available, unfortunately. And we have the block buffs, so basically Lydia is kind of like an extra, or he's like an extra backup with that. So if we're gonna use this AoE attack, 611k, my bad. Pretty good. Pretty good, actually. My Alice deals around 1.5 to 2 million damage with his AoE skill. So if we can match that when we fully stacked and all that, I think we can definitely bring in some serious numbers with the Calamitus. And he brings a lot of debuffs, which are really, really good. In this case, we could probably drop Nekmotar and bring somebody else in that might bring in Leech and Termiter or something like that, you know? Because we are bringing in the decreased speed. Actually, we're not bringing decreased attack. So let's see the A2 now. 187, 206, 222, 227. Almost 1 million. That is actually good. But we don't have counter attack, right? So that's something that will make us lose some damage. But if you don't have Alice and you might have Calamitus, he can definitely be good for the Chimera. I actually had a clanmate that one kid without a problem and did like 16 or 17 trials with the Calamitus, and that's before the buff. But you need crazy build, and that was a +4 and a 6-star Crushing Rand. But now after the buff, I definitely think that he is on the right path. And we will change to the other form in a second. Okay, I don't know why I've done that, but yeah, okay. So, Metamorph. Seems like we are keeping that increased attack and shield, even though we Metamorph. That's interesting. And even though it was for 1 turn. So if we're going to do this, defense down and hacks, which is pointless in here, but hey, it's just an extra debuff, which is sometimes desperately needed. So let's drop in a few more debuffs. It's basically how much damage can we bring. So I gotta wait for that increased attack. 319k with the A1 without increased attack is actually really, really good. Really, really good. Alice hits for like 500,000, 600k, 700k with the double hits with the A1, but only if he has defense down. The reason why I'm comparing him with Alice is because that's the main damage dealer that I have on my account, right? For the Chimera. So an ally attack, let's see. Increase attack now and increase crit damage. And we're going in with the A1. I've missed it, but we're going to go in with the AoE now. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 debuffs. Ooh, 2 million. Let's go. Let's go. No Crushing Rand, and we don't have the cat's gaze on him either. That's really, really good, guys. Trust me when I'm telling you that. He's going to be a Chimera and a Hydra monster after these changes. Both of his forms are actually pretty good because they are bringing in a lot of important things to the table, and I think he's really, really good now. I really think he's great now, actually. Now, of course, versus this form, everybody sucks because you're dealing too much damage and you're just dying, you know? That's basically what happens. He doesn't bring Perfect Veil and all that. But I really think the Calamitus is going to be one of the GOATs now. I really, really think it. And you can easily get to the 1 key if you're end game and you have a good build on him, you know? Especially if you have the Cat's Gaze, which I cannot use right now, or Crushing Rand on him at 6-star, you know? 6.6 million out of 9.19, and that was basically in 6 turns. So you can potentially do the math from here. You can definitely get to 100 million, you know? 110, 112, whatever you need for Ultra Nightmare. But I feel like you need a better blessing and a better relic, especially if you cannot get the stats that I have on mine, because I do have pretty good stats on him, right? Either way, guys, that was all for the video. I really think the Calamitus is great. I will finally book mine and most likely start using him around. Now, a lot of you guys might be like, well, I'm still not going to use him in the Hydra because I have Ieyasu or Toshiro, so he's not really going to do nothing on my account. I don't disagree with that. A lot of you guys will be like, I have Alice, I have this, I'm not going to use him in the Chimera either. So, once again, I understand you. But for the rest of the people, because I'm in the same situation, right? Like the people that I've just named. For the rest of the people, I think he's going to be really, really good. So when you're summoning a Calamitus now, you're not going to feel as sad as before, because at least he can do Chimera, he can do Hydra. Either way, much love, appreciate all of you guys watching, and I will catch you all in the next video. Peace.